Okay, just going to show you something really quick. Now, this is a screen, a setup I just built about, I say about a half an hour ago. This was designed for the motorized projection screen I'm going to be doing pretty soon. Next to, we're going to take a $68 screen, we're going to coat it with our technology, and we're going to do a side-by-side demonstration to a few elite screens, just to show you exactly the advancement of our technology. Now up here I have several floodlights. These are each 100 inch each, so there's about 300 watts of light hitting the screen. As you can see, as I'm showing you with the projector, blocking the projector, how much ambient light is in contact with the screen at all times. The motorized projector I have here, this is already bought from a customer, actually not a customer but a friend slash customer. He bought this motorized projection screen. One we have coming in, I'm going to paint the demonstration, actually paint the screen, show you to paint the screen, and then after that we're going to do that demonstration. I'm getting a little flickering of my lights here, so I don't know what that's about, but I'll find exactly what's going on with that later on. Alright, so I'm going to show you, we're going to use my projector. I'm going to show you how much ambient light the technology can take in. This is the Supreme 8. Keep in mind the reason why the surface is so rough because it was coated onto a stucco wall. Alright, so I'm going to probably put something up there later on, a lot more smoother, but for right now this is what we're going to use. The other half, of course, is the white wall. Just to show you that those of you that are using a white wall, even if you have a projector of 4,300 lumens, you still are going to fail when it comes to contrast, something that's much needed when it comes to home theater setups. Alright, so let's back up. I'm going to show you right here. I'm going to show you my setup that I built. Now I had to, because the way the wall is made, I had to cut wood and place it so I can basically build a brace system to allow me to be able to hang the motorized projection screen. And then I put my own little platforms up the top so I can actually put my floodlights right across so I can have plenty of light in the environment, because I want this area to be well lit when I do these demonstrations. Okay, so we're just going to do one simple demonstration doing the GE, the beta fish. As you can see, you're not picking up any contrast whatsoever. Look how deep red the beta fish is compared to the white wall. And this is a wake-up call also for those of you that are using white projection screens in churches or schools and so forth. The simple fact they're just not going to have the ability to be able to pull up true contrast. And as you can see, the white levels look absolutely amazing. Now if I were to come over and just remove my overhead lights, all right, so we'll just take these out. And we'll use no lighting at all, period. And we'll just go back and start it again. And this is just with no lighting at all. This is just using the everyday light I just have in the environment right now, which is my overhead light. I'm going to show you how far my projector sits back. And keep in mind, this is painted on stucco. Okay, just want to show you that really quick. Now, I got another demonstration upstairs, which I can't wait to share with you in a few minutes. Just going to tie all these in together. I'm turning off my stuff downstairs. I'm done for the day. I finally got everything moved downstairs, so got everything set up over here instead of having it cluttered all over the kitchen upstairs. I'm going to put the kitchen back to the original state in which it was and unplug all this stuff. There we go. That's a pretty fun, that's a fun project to work on today. So I got that out of the way, got that done. So now I'm going to come upstairs. I got another demonstration I want to talk about. So sometimes when we have customers that will ask us, let me turn off my projector. I'm going to come back down later on. We have some customers asking us, telling us the screen is too dark. One of the reasons why it could be is because of the projector settings. Now, some people may know that they're doing this. Other people may not know that they're doing this. But when you get a projector, when you buy one, the projector settings are always set up to factory settings, which means everything is 50-50 right down the middle. Just about. So I'm going to show you something in here in this demonstration. This is my, first things first, I'm going to show you my projector. I own two of these projectors. That's another Sony VPL FH30. That is a 4300 lumen projector. That is 1920 by 1200. So let me show you something really quick. One of the things, and this is the reason why when you show us the image is too dark, we test these screens on projectors as low as 1000 lumens at 12 feet back. As you can see, the demonstration I just did downstairs, using that projector and using 300 watts of light directly on top of the screen. So I know these screens produce amazing images. But every so once in a while, we get someone to come in and say that the screen is coming up too dark. And this is where we have to ask for the settings of your projector. Because if you set the projector's contrast down to the bare minimum, it darkens the screen. So I'm going to show you how this is done, how they do this. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to just grab, let's see if I can just grab something random. I can find my PS4 controller. All right, and we're just going to grab something random. Let's grab, let's see if we can get the controller out right here. Let's grab, let's see if we got this right here. Some relaxing, there we go, that's a perfect setting right there. All right, so we're going to use this setting right here. It's nice and bright. As you can see, it looks beautiful on our screen. The image is not washed out. It's not dark or anything whatsoever. So let me show you one of the things that they'll do. They'll go into the settings of their projector. If you go into, if I go into my menu, so I think the menu, no, wrong. There you go. So here's the menu on my projector, right there. Okay. Let me go over here. This is my settings for my menu. Keep in mind, for those of you that are thinking that, okay, the settings in my menu are way too high, I will post 3 links in the bottom of this video. It's basically where we did a demonstration on 3 different projectors. We brought the settings all the way down to 0, brought eco mode all the way up to the highest level, and we did a demonstration on black versus black on white levels. So you need to check that out right there. All right, so if I go to my contrast alone, all right, so we're going to go hit the enter, and I'm going to go right down to contrast, as you can see. And if I hit contrast, I can if I bring the contrast down low enough, I can darken the screen. All right, now with the contrast down, the next thing I noticed that they'll come in and they'll hit the brightness. Remind you, my projector is 4300 lumens. So if we come out of here and we hit the menu again, and then we go back in and we bring the minimum down to the brightness down. My minimum, actually my projector is only at 50. It's at the factory requirements. It's at 50. Usually when you get projectors, they always come in at 50. Everything's right 50 down, right down the middle. So we'll bring it down. Whoops. Let's hit that again. So let's go over. Okay, and go down. Hit it again and bring it down. So this is how, when I see a screen that comes up like this, it lets me know that the projector's brightness and the projector's contrast has been pushed all the way down to give the screen the appearance that the image is dark. So I can step back and show you this. Now this is 4,300 lumens. This is easy to do at a projector that has a lumen count this high. So one of the customers, he didn't know better. He didn't know. His first time, I guess, working with a projector. And I asked for a picture of the settings, and sure enough, his contrast was all the way down to minimum, and his brightness was down to minimum, which means that would make the screen dark. Any projector that you get, whether if you get a white screen or a gray screen, you have to do some kind of adjustment inside of the projector. That is a given on any projector that you use. Any kind of projector, any kind of screen you use, whether it be a name brand, unnamed brand, whatever it may be, you have to do some sort of adjustments. Just like when you get a TV. Everybody does adjustments to their TVs when they get them. You don't get a TV, plug it in from there. Some people adjust the color, some people adjust contrast, some people adjust the tint. Everybody has a way of how they adjust it. If it wasn't so, and it wasn't needed, it would never give you access to the menu to begin with. So this is how they make an image dark. Now, some people, they don't know, you know, sometimes if you get a projector and you buy one, factory settings are always going to be set to right down the middle. If you bought one from somebody else, then you're going to have to deal with the fact that that's how they have their settings. And usually what people will do is they'll reset it. When you reset it, it doesn't go back to 0. It actually goes back to the factory settings, which means it goes back to everything being 50 right down the middle. The only way that projector would have to have the ability to go back to the minimum would mean someone would have to push it to the minimum, or maybe you bought it from somebody and they just had it set up that way, which I find that a little hard to believe. So usually when people say, well, the image is coming up too dark, one of the things they'll do is they'll send us a picture or a video, and this is what it will look like. And from here, I can automatically tell that the settings have been tampered with. So the first thing I'll ask for is send me a picture with this picture, just like this, the same one you sent me. Send me a before and after, same picture, and I want to see the settings in your projector. Now, as I said before, I'm going to go into menu really quick. I'm going to bring my contrast and everything right back up. I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to bring just the, we're just going to bring the brightness up. So I'm going to go over, so I can get over on my menu and go straight down. And just, and it's also too, from people who have had falsified demonstrations about showing off our screens. Not saying everybody does this, but we have a few individuals who have done some really devious stuff. This is one of the things that they'll do. They'll actually change these settings in the projector in order to give that appearance. But let's go back and let's hit the brightness. Now, if we bring the brightness all the way up to around, we're going to bring it up to around 20. I'm going to get to 30. So we're into 30, right? So the brightness is up to 30. As you can see, the screen still is dark. That's because the contrast is at its minimum. But as you can see, the image looks very good. Now let's bring it up to the settings that I have. My projector setting, I have my projector setting at factory default. Actually, the brightness is at factory default, so it's at 50. So we'll bring it all the way up to 50. All right, now my projector is at 50. This is at 50 with the contrast level still all the way down at its minimum. And the projector still, I can put the projector over into eco mode. Right now we're going to use eco mode on my projector. This is eco mode. Actually, the projector is in eco mode. Oh, my fault. The entire time, I keep forgetting, I keep these things in eco mode all the time. So my projector is still sitting in eco mode right now. It's actually standard is eco mode on these projectors. So that's already covered. We're already in eco mode, so we're good on that one. Let's come out of here real quick. Let's go back to our menu. So now my settings on my contrast are at minimum, right? And now we're at 70. That's it. Color and temperature, sharpness has nothing to do with the brightness of your projector. Also, too, putting the projector in. Now, when using black screens, anytime you use black technology, projectors are usually set better in vivid, or they're set better in the settings I have here. When you put them in theater, the image gets a little darker. But let me show you. Let's go over here and switch over, and let's change over. We have just standard. On mine, I just have standard, and the other one. Okay, so let's go push down. There you go. So right here, that's standard. So break the image in. All right, because my contrast is one, because my settings here on standard are different. So if I go over here, go down to standard, and I'm going to bring this down to, the bare minimum. Bring it all the way down to the bare minimum. So you can see the screen start to darken. There we go, got the bare minimum. And we'll come out of here again, and then we'll bring it down to, oh sorry, I gotta go back up again. Bring it over and bring it down to the brightness. Bring the brightness all the way down. So show you even in standard mode, it's still gonna be dark. Standard is actually gonna be darker, much darker. So see, there you go. So when they bring all the settings down, this is how they make the screen look dark. Like I said, some people, if you buy a projector, usually projectors are set up with whoever the user was who was actually using the projector. If you buy it brand new, it's when we set the factory settings. Factory settings are always at 50. So if I come in and I bring up the brightness back up to factory settings, which is 50, bring it all the way back up, just to 50. Up to 50, that's all. Now we'll come out of here and we'll hit the menu again, and then I'll go over to, we're using just standard right now. I'll go over to contrast, and I'll bring my contrast all the way up to probably around, let's see, we'll get the contrast at 20. So there we go. This is contrast at 20 on a black screen. So this is when I know, when I see that image that dark, I know that the settings have been tampered with in the projector, and they have been deliberately pushed all the way down to make the screen appear to be dark. Now, like I said, if you buy the projector brand new, the settings would never come that dark. They would never be at the minimum, never. They're always set at factory settings, which is at 50. If I bring mine up to 50, which 50-50 even on factory settings on each one, this is what the image would look like. So this is 50-50 right down. This is going to be the factory settings. This is how bright our screen looks on factory settings on a projector. At 50-50 all the way across. Now I'm going to put mine back to the settings that I had my projector on, which I have my contrast on 40. I think it's 40. My contrast is in 40. It's in 40. Hold on, it's in 40. And then I come over here, and this is the settings I have. Everybody has their settings different. Some people may prefer more color. Others don't want more color. Other people just want a different setting. They don't want more. Some people want more color. Some people don't want color. I'll come back over here because my settings are different. They're minimum down here. So we'll come back over here to the brightness is at 50. My brightness is usually on my projector here is around 80. So that's what I have my setting for 80 for me. And then I come over here to contrast, and I bring my contrast over to 40. I don't want too much contrast. I'll bring it to 40. So these are my settings right here. All right, so my contrast on my projector is always, contrast is 80, and the brightness is contrast is 40 and brightness is 80. Now, just because now you're looking at this saying, well, guess what? Every time you do a demonstration, that means your screen is producing a much brighter image. Well, let me show you something really quick. We are going to go over here, just grab this for a minute. I've done it several times. We're going to grab several black surfaces and show you that even with the settings that I have my projector on, and one of the fascinating things about our technology is the fact that our screens can produce a brighter image than any black screen. So this is everyday black vinyl right here. We'll put that right here. All right, that's black vinyl. This is this is black cardboard right here. So I'll put the black cardboard right here. That's black cardboard. Put the stay. So we got black cardboard and black vinyl. This is what black cardboard and black vinyl looks like on our technology. If we were to put this into like a white level. See the difference? See, our screen can pull up a white level with no problem. Pull that back for a minute. It's supposed to be a wolf there. There you go. All right, I hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. Thank you all for your time. I'm Kenneth Bird from Luminous 4K Screen Paint using ambient light rejection technology gain. Thank you for your time and God bless.